Right. So this is just the main entry door. So this would be true for door 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, right? So just the normal entry doors on a 319 or 320. This is not quite accurate, but just you've been thinking about that panel when you come in, you want to check water and waste, this is that panel. So it'll look a little bit different in the airplane, but just so you know, that's where that is, one of the things you're going to check as part of your interior inspection, typically the FO. So right now the door is disarmed, and here's how I know it is disarmed. So the arming lever is up, right, flush with disarmed. Also, when you get up here, you'll see, if you look in here, there's a green placard that says disarmed, so that's another way I know. And also, this pin is in, so the flight attendants will always put the pin in. The pin will prevent the arming lever from getting pushed down to the arm position. So that's what this pin is about. You could force it down here in this trainer because it's well used, but in the airplane, it prevents it from, so don't force it, right? In the airplane, that's what it prevents doing. So I'm going to start by opening it in the disarmed position. So typically if you guys are flying at maybe a maintenance flight, ferry flight, that's what you would do, right? You would disarm it to open it. So when you open it disarmed, there's no pneumatic assist, and the slide won't drop automatically and it won't inflate, right? So this would be your normal operation. So before I open the door, I'm gonna look outside, make sure there's nothing blocking that, right? Make sure it's a good exit. So we'll say that looks good. And then I'm gonna hold on inside the aircraft. So maybe this handle here, this handle here. I'll use this one today just so you can see what I'm doing. That way, in case there's any pressure, right, differential, I won't get sucked out while I'm holding onto the handle. So holding on here, I'm gonna lift the handle to open the door. There are 2 lights here, and I shouldn't see either of them illuminate. We'll talk about the red one in a minute, but the white one is the slide armed light, and that does not come on. Well, it comes on if it were armed, but not until I start the operation of the door. So it's what we call the too late light, because you won't be able to see that it's armed until it's too late. So I'll show you that in a minute. So here I shouldn't see either of these lights. I'm holding on, good exit, and I just lift up. So no pneumatic assist, I have to open the door. So now I'm gonna hold on to this one, but when I do that, I'm gonna use this handle and push the door open. Just to that position. So that's it, that's just normal door operation. If you then decided, hey, we need the slide, we need to use it for evacuation, the red manual inflation handle wouldn't be quite that visible. It's kind of tucked under a little flap, but you could lift it up. So that's opening it in the disarmed mode. This is your gust lock. You just need to push it once. You don't have to hold it down like some other aircraft. So just push it once, and then you can bring the door in. And there we go. So that's opening it in the disarmed mode. I'm gonna now arm the door. So if you guys are using if you're flying the aircraft, maybe a ferry flight, you might have to arm it, right? We need at least one of them armed. So to arm it, remove the pin. This is normally what the flight attendants are doing for you. So the pin goes in the little pouch. And then with the palm of your hand, take the arming lever and go like that. Don't do it this way. Greg always comes home from door training with bloody fingers. So that's kind of partially why I'm doing this today. So now I know it's armed because it's flush with armed. When you get up here, you'll see it says armed in there. So now when I open the door, the pneumatic assist will take over, the slide will drop and should automatically inflate within 3 seconds. So that's the deal with armed. So normally I would not want to open it this way, but this is part of what we have to do today. So again, I'm gonna look outside, make sure it's a good exit. Here's that white slide armed light, but you notice you don't see anything until I start the process. So I'm gonna hold on inside the aircraft and I'll go slow. There you go, right? But you could see in the heat of the moment, if you're not paying attention, too late, right?
So if you're slow and just barely come up.
Yeah, if you're slow, you might catch it, right? There's a little play in it where you could do it. So it would be a little more abrupt than that, right? The pneumatic assist would take over. Yeah, you'd hear that. Thank you for the sound effects. The slide would drop and automatically inflate. The flight attendants are trained, if they're going to use the slide, to always pull the manual inflation handle as well as a backup. So that's it. The gust lock is the same to close it. And there you go. So the white light is the slide armed light, but as we saw, you don't see it until you're right there. The red light is on the ground. The door is disarmed, so not quite yet. On the ground, disarmed door. Engines are not running, but there's still some pressure in the cabin. Greg knows the value. You do not need to know that. I've flushed that number. The value of pressure, it doesn't matter. So then to disarm the door, Like if you came to it like this and you wanted to open it disarmed, I'm gonna come up like this and put the pin in, and that would disarm it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to rearm it here really quickly. If anyone were to, actually let me say this, the red light here, that is a flashing light. So on the ground, engine's not running, pressure still in the cabin, it would flash. So really the intent is if anyone's coming from the outside to open the door, a gate agent, someone like that, sorry, I haven't taught this in a while, my brain's a little, it would prevent them, hopefully say, hey, something red is flashing, I won't open the door. That's the hope. If the door is armed, if someone opens it from outside, it will always be disarmed. It will always disarm. It's kind of abrupt, but this whole lever, as they're operating the door from the outside, this lever pops up.
Okay.
So it will always be disarmed. Do you want to see that? You good?
It's pretty good.
Okay, the whole thing will pop up.
Okay.
So what I'll have you guys do is you can each take your turn. You can come up, disarm the door. So lift it up, put the pin in, open it disarmed, close it, and then rearm it, because that would most likely be how you're going to operate the door. If you want to open it in the arm position, you're welcome to do that too.
Okay.
Okay?